and said, "My students, good morning everybody." Only few of them replied, "Good morning, miss." I became a bit conscious. I just looked around my dresser, again geared up myself, and said, "Are you ready to learn accounting?" And they said, "No, miss, we are tired." The first day of the semester, and this response? Oops. I dreaded this response and started feeling very low and down. As you know, that we all expect great things from our students. As you all know, and you will appreciate, that teaching is one of those rare professions where we get clean slate every year. That brings hopes and possibility. Therefore, I went to my students and asked them about the reason of their disinterest in learning accounting course. And I found that many of them have perception that accounting career is very boring career. And usually they see accounting personalities with big glasses and very swinging kind of mood. And therefore, they are not interested in learning accounting. Many of them linked accounting course with math, saying that it's all about calculations and numbers. And well, miss, I hate numbers. It became a big problem for me. The more time I spent in education, the more I realized how hard the job has become. Teaching and caring students with such diverse needs is really taxing. I started digging for the solution to change students' attitude towards the accounting course. One day, I went to Dubai Women's College cafeteria, and I was surprised. I was surprised by the silence in cafe. I felt as if I was in library. Can you imagine? Dubai Women's College cafeteria with nothing but silence. Women's and silence, contradictory situation. Well, my curiosity made me to go too near to them, and I found that they all were playing games on their mobile phones, smartphones, iPads, games like Subway Surfers, Bubbles, Bicycle. I must say that where men became crazy in this world, phone really became very smart. Well, anyways, these games were full of fun, and students were highly engaged in that game. And the same moment, it clicked me. How can I incorporate this game feature in learning accounting? On the second thought, I started questioning if this is a right move. Is this the solution of my problem? So to come out from this dilemma, I decided to do research on this topic. And the purpose of my research was, first, how can we best teach this gamer generation? Second, what will be the impact of games in learning introductory accounting course? To start up with, I took help of my lovely friend, Mr. Google Scholar. And Mr. Google told me that many people had done research on education with games. So, I started reviewing many literatures. I found that Dr. Hasted in 2009 wrote in his research paper that the use of game in education is positive thought to promote higher level of engagement and motivation among students and subsequently on their achievement. Even Then Dr. Wellen observed that learning through games works because students are actively seeing and doing something rather than just listening and reading. Overall, literature review revealed the fact that the use of games can fuel the fun learning environment. But here point to be noted. Previous researches tend to focus on the use of game in learning languages and math course. There is very limited research on the use of game in learning accounting courses. And this gap made me to do my further experimental study. Now, I decided to play some games with my accounting students, physical games and mobile learning games. To increase their participation in this study, I organized Accounting Fun Day. I conducted semi-structured interview on random basis. And I found that 89% of students were suggesting the use of games in learning accounting course is effective. I got many comments from my students. I would like to share some with you. One student said, "Miss, learning through game is really motivating me to come to your class." One student said, "Wallah, miss, if you will teach me this way, you will not see me sleeping all the time in the class and going to the washroom all the time." Not only this, I got many serious and sincere comments as well. Many students agreed that learning through games is not only fun, but it makes subject interesting. Many of them also observed that learning through games help them in remembering the concept very easily. Well, as academic is concerned, only students' voice and their experience is not important. Also, the experts' voice is important. The experts who spend lots of their time with students in the classroom. Not only this, they have big responsibility to take care of learning outcome of course and at the same time objectives of program. You faculty, Dr. Dean, Anita, Dwight, Pushpa, Dr. Bharti, indeed are those experts, and therefore I had conducted interview from faculties of Dubai Women's College, and I found that only 67% faculties agreed that the use of games in learning accounting is effective. Faculty did highlight that students need extra motivation to avoid boredom filling of their repetitive exercises like journal entries. Games can certainly help in that. So, to conclude, games are neither replacement of teachers nor replacement of traditional style of teaching, but it empowers teacher through tool which can make their job easier and more fun. I imagine games helping teacher not only in making learning fun for their students, but also in diagnosing and assessing learning. I discovered the fact that all good games are really valuable in education, only they need to design carefully and thoughtful teachers to maximize its potential. So at the end, Still, if you see accounting course is boring, try to do learning through gaming. Thank you, especially today, for sacrificing your time in such a nice weather and listening to me.